book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verse 8 in the NLT. Listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom, living at ease and feeling secure. You say, I am the only one and there is no other. I will never be a widow or lose my children. Well, both these things will come upon you in a moment, widowhood and the loss of your children. Yes, these calamities will come upon you, despite all your witchcraft and magic. You felt secure in your wickedness. No one sees me, you say. But your wisdom and knowledge have led you astray. And you said, I am the only one, and there is no other. So disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it away. Calamity shall fall upon you, and you won't be able to buy your way out. And you won't be able to buy your way out. A catastrophe will strike you suddenly, one for which you are not prepared. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can make someone afraid of you. All the advice you receive has made you tired. Where are all your astrologers, those stargazers, who make predictions each month? Let them stand up and save you from what the future holds, but they are like straw burning in a fire. They cannot save themselves from the flame. You will get no help from them at all. The hearth is no place to sit for warmth. And all your friends, those with whom you've done business since childhood, will go their own ways, turning their deaf ear to your cries. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim Havashah, Wahara Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the seeking and be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen. Some look like the heathen, beginning with the 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets, Shalom. And we're in a time of Esau using all his magic tricks, his sorcery, his celebrities, his witches and warlocks, to try to save America, to try to deceive the citizens, and to lead them astray, to take their focus off what's about to happen, just to lead them in the path of deception. All right. Now, as we went in yesterday by what the Holy Spirit brought out, by what the Holy Spirit concerning how they're talking about releasing these Epstein files, and how something is they're planning something. All right. Well, they're planning on signing a bill to release the Epstein files. All right. Here it is right here.
As soon as the House sends us the Epstein bill, the Senate should move without delay to pass it unamended and send it on to the President's desk to be signed into law. We should pass this bill as soon as possible, as written, and without a hint of delay. Republicans must not try to change this bill or bury it in committee or slow walk it in any way. Any amendment to this bill would force it back to the House and risk further delay. Who knows what would happen over there?
So you heard that. Now you got right here. You got Nicki Minaj. I would like to thank President DJT for prioritizing this issue 2 hours ago. So as the brothers brought out years ago by what the Holy Spirit, beginning with the elders and apostles of the great millstone, how we're going to use celebrities who are witches and warlocks, sorcerers, that's used to deceive the world, primarily you Israelites. All right? Remember that Isaiah, I think it's 5, and my people will cause them to err. You see? So Esau is using his witches and warlocks to deceive in these times. Now, Nicki Minaj is from Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken. But she's thanking President Trump for having the back of Christians in Nigeria. Everybody's a damn Christian when it's convenient for them. Which, hey, like Elder Pastor always says, the Israelites are the true Christians. But when you go into the history, you look it up for yourself. Hey, the term Christian was used as a derogatory term. When you go to the book of Acts, I forget which chapter, I think it's 13, I could be wrong. We were called, the southern kingdom were first called Jews in Antioch, which is Syria. If I'm not mistaken at that time, I forget which Edomite was ruling that region at the time, but had ruled and was still ruling that region at that time. All right, I believe it was time during the four generals, going into the Greek Empire, which the Roman, which later on became, later on the Romans conquered the Greeks, and the Edomite Romans was ruling, but still that influence of them Edomites during the Greek Empire was still in Syria. All right. So when the Israelites came around, they was like, well, there go those Christians. In other words, there go those Israelites who following their Messiah. It wasn't like, oh, there go the Christians, the true men of the Lord. The blessed and highly. No, it wasn't like that. Look it up. It was used as a derogatory term. But a point being, everybody's a Christian when it's convenient for them. But hey, you see how they disguise everything in the name of Christianity. So let's get it real quick. I believe it's Isaiah 5. The leaders of my people cause them to err in every false way. The book of Isaiah. Let me see. I'm overlooking it. I'm almost for certain it's in Isaiah. Isaiah 9. Throughout it, how about small shot? My fault, y'all. I said 5. Isaiah 9 and 6. My fault. And 16. It says, for the leaders of this people, right, the Israelites, cause them to err, meaning to stray away, to be misled. Remember, Esau is using his witches and warlocks and sorcerers to deceive, and they that are led of them are destroyed. All right? Now, you should be, once I saw, look, when Obama was in 08, and I saw Jay-Z and them niggas hanging around him, I knew for sure then, like, yo, this joint was rigged up, because politicians and so-called leaders of a country has no business dealing with entertainers, rappers, drug dealers, so-called, murderers and killers, so-called, thug life, so-called. That's when I knew, like, hey, all of them was in cahoots. Because true leaders are not dealing with these witches and warlocks who pushing madness and death. All right? So that's when I knew back on 8, like, yo, this junk was rigged. Like, hell no. So you see what's going on. All right? But let's play this.
I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage in calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria, to combat extremism, and to bring a stop to violence against those who simply want to exercise their natural right to freedom of religion or belief. And I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides or dividing people. It is about uniting humanity. I would like to...
Yeah, get out of here. Christianity and humanity being united does not mix. All right? It does not mix. Because Christianity underneath Esau is Esau being in power, him being the God. All right? Okay? That's what their understanding of Christianity is. Look up the Doctrine of Discovery. All right?
I would like to...
Now, real quick, I had an article. Real quick. Was it an article? Yeah, it was going into, I'm going to just read the headline. It's like you hear them say that they're persecuting Christians in Nigeria, right? Oh yeah, more than 130 undocumented migrants were arrested in North Carolina. Right, that was in Charlotte. Hey, they got they in Raleigh, North Carolina, and Carroll, North Carolina now. All right, so they spread to these major cities, man, as prophesied. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Now check this out. Remember, all this stuff is going on, right? And they're talking about signing the bill into law to release these Epstein files. And as we brought up yesterday by what the Holy Spirit, something's about to happen. It says Trump calls for ABC broadcast license to be revoked after reporters question going to what? Freedom of speech. All right? Freedom of speech. So all these things are going down, man. All right, check this out. So remember, they're standing with their sorcery, their witchcraft, and they're using their witches and warlocks to do it. It says 10 hours ago, raw story, get it done. Trump orders rush on $2,000 handouts and attack on rip-off health companies. Now, why is there such a big rush on it? Because he wanted to take the people's mind off these Epstein files, man. What's going on? Remember, as we brought out yesterday by with the Holy Spirit, so much going on, people don't care about it. What are they constantly worried about in the when you read the comments? The Epstein files. You see? You see? So they do everything in their power, from celebrities. A NFL player supposedly had got shot, yesterday, day before yesterday. Man, there's a lot going on. Ice Spice and somebody talk, I Show Speed, he's a clown. They rumored talking, all types of stuff pop up on my phone. But see those, there's so much going on, right? And whatever type of lifestyle or genre of music or whatever you're into, country music, it doesn't matter. Movies, TV shows, they're using these things to try to deceive people, man, and get them distracted. All right? So they got everything covered, right? Well, they think they got it covered, but hey, people are not being deceived. So hey, we really got to, and they see it as we read Isaiah 47, these things are not working. All right, and as we read, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai was mocking them because he was telling them it wasn't gonna work. All right, so hey, we got to expect something real big. Check this out. 8 hours ago, a new V variant and lagging potions may mean a severe flu season for the U.S. You see, and this 8 hours ago. All right, the United States may be heading into a second severe flu season in a row, driven by a mutated strain called subclad K that's behind early surges in the United Kingdom, Canada, and Japan. Last winter season was extreme too. The U.S. had its highest rates of flu hospitalizations in nearly 15 years. At least 280 children died of influenza, the highest number since pediatric death numbers were required to be shared in 2004. So you see, man, let me see. 18 hours ago, same thing. Congress acts swiftly to force release of Epstein files, sending bill to Trump. Let me see. It's causing chaos, confusion, and fear. North Carolina official addresses weekend immigration raids. So, soon they're going to start going to people's houses. Right now, they're not going to people's houses. All right? As it says in 2 Ezra 16, they should take them out of their houses, spoil their goods. See, they ain't doing that yet. They're in your neighborhoods. They ain't going to your houses yet. But when they start going to your houses, it's the hell with your rights. Notice, they'll chase them, but once they get in their house, they can't do nothing to them. Well, it's going to get to the point where they're going to run up in your crib. And they can snatch you up out of there. That's when the Constitution, the rights and all that is gone. All right? All right? Matter of fact, let's hit that in the prophecy real quick. Just to bring that, I was on my spirit to hit that. Because see, all these things going down, man. All right? So you best believe in the midst of them talking about releasing these files and all this stuff going on and it's not working, they're going to have to come through with them drastic measures, man. I want to hit this real quick because as these ICE agents are everywhere, see, they ain't going to people's houses yet. and snatching them out their houses. They're going to their jobs. They're going to the public areas. They're out in the streets, in the parking lot, at Home Depot, at work. But soon, they're going to go in their houses. All right, no knock warrants. They're going to kick your door in, and they're going to grab you up. 2, 3 in the morning, you might be getting it in with your old lady, digging out. Or you might be on the toilet dropping bombs. Or you might be in the shower. You might be online playing a game. You might have your car jacked up, putting an engine in or something, changing brakes, they snatch your ass up. I mean, I'm just saying, you could be damn folding clothes or something, cooking. Baking cakes. Next thing you know, damn cakes burn. Messing with ice, man. Burn your house down. I mean, I'm just saying. Second Edge 16 and 770. And there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Yahweh Shemashah, that's the Israelites. Y'all know we are. They shall be like madmen sparing up, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You see? So in order for them to cast you out of your houses, they got to go in there. So they're going to take your goods. They ain't doing that yet. But it's coming. Hey, that's when the rights are gone. Constitution gone. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of the house. Then they shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Right there. Israelites, man. Beginning with the elect. I just wanted to hit this real quick through the spirit of power. How about Shemashah? Hey, they're turning on Marjorie Taylor Greene. Trump said, hey, something wrong with her. And you know how they do. They start shaming you. They about to target free speech. So all this stuff is in the air, man. So, part of their witchcraft and sorceries. But it's a judgment for America, man. So in the midst of them doing this, America is still going down, as we read in Isaiah 47. So as we also read in Isaiah 47, Yahweh Shemashah is mocking America and these Edomites and their witches and warlocks and their sorcerers and sorceresses. All right? But hey, it was another quick report through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemashah. I just wanted to hit it through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemashah. They prayed up in the names of Yahweh Shemashah. And we'll be back. We'll be back later on, Lord willing, with some updates through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashah. Shalom.